What's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some big-breasted girl who can't act, who's always running up the stairs when she should be going out the front door. It's insulting.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a scary movie. Number one, you can never have sex.
Sure, it's me.
Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
Get another beer, you want one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
He didn't make the rules.
The police are always on track, but they watch prom night and save time.
He just kills by them. Don't answer the phone. Don't open the door. Don't try to hide.
Everybody's a suspect!
Not scared, are you?
Scream.
And we're back. Sorry, this is a whole new episode. I'm talking like this is like a two-parter or whatever. Hello, I'm Thomas Carruthers.
I'm Ava Robinson.
And today is, well, for those of you who watched our Halloween episode, you obviously noticed that this is, 5 minutes later. We're recording this back to back with Scream and Halloween. And it's perfect double bill, really. No other film, I think, pairs better, really, when it comes to... I don't even know where to start. Scream, because Scream 2022, at the time of recording, came out like last month. And no, it came out in January. Anyway, so I've been watching the Scream movies multiple times each and writing about them and getting so invested in the whole world. It feels weird to just go back to the simple world of just Casey and just Billy and Stu. In a good way. Yeah. Yes. No, because Sydney's always that. What do you mean? Wait a minute. Have you watched Scream 22 yet?
No.
Oh, what is?
I watched Jackass forever instead.
Jackass and Scream was an incredible couple of weeks in my life. That was just a great time to be alive. Where does your relationship with Scream start?
I have the original trilogy box set.
Mm-hmm.
It was like special collectors that I'm pretty sure. I do think it was an extension I spoke about in the Halloween episode about my introduction to Halloween. It stemmed from my brother having the Friday the 13th box set. So I honestly do think it was an extension of that, becoming aware of it by association. And then I think my mum maybe bought the Scream 1, 2, 3 box set at like a charity shop.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, would have watched it at the same time, kind of 13 maybe.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
And that was it.
Yeah, I don't know when my first. I think it was just like most of my life, just getting into movies and just ticking things off. And I just bought the DVD. I think this is a case. No, I know exactly what it was. I think Scream 4 was coming out, and they showed all 3 movies on ITV or something, and so I literally watched one a week. So and before, again, we're going to do our same rule we did with Halloween, and just completely ignored. You've seen Scream 2.
Yeah. And
you have your problems with it, and so you don't watch it.
No.
Have you seen Scream 3, 4?
No.
Okay. That's the end of my. No further questions, Your Honor. I obviously love Scream 2 absolutely so much, and really enjoy parts of Scream 3 and 4, and really loved Scream 2022. But anyway, Scream. Yeah, I think it was just one of those things where I was just in straight away. How can you not be? How can you not be in? And watching it again yesterday, even though I'd watched it because of the release of the new one, and watching it because basically I watched it on my own, getting ready, and then I ended up watching it with the people that we were going to go to Scream 2022 with, because they'd never seen anything. It's like, What? And so this is the third time I'm watching this original film in the space of 3 months, which I know is nothing new for you. I know that that's the sort of regular activity you do with most films that you enjoy. Honestly, I know this sounds blasphemous. Casey opening scene and first like 5 minutes with Sydney, I was like, oh, okay. I'm watching this again. I was like going through the motions, watching it again. And it's not that the Casey scene isn't the greatest opening of the past 20 years in film. I'm going to say it. I'm saying that without thinking at all. It's in the top 10. I'll say that.
Okay.
It just can't. It just and then directed by Wes Craven, who obviously famously, I think the big tweet that went around when he died was Wes Craven reinvented the horror genre 3 different times: Hills of Ice, this,
Nightmare on Elm Street.
and Nightmare on Elm Street. And
Did you call me? Not you, Fred. Oh, the fawns.
we'll talk about Winkler. I love Winkler in this. Your whole thieving, whoring generation. That's not fair. No, fair would be ripping your guts out.
that is your ideal.
Oh yeah, that's my role. That's my role of a lifetime. I come to like Halloween, Halloween fancy dress, and you're like, oh, wait, what's that suit? What are you like? Are you like James Bond? No, I'm Mr. Himbry. Sorry, say that again. I'm Mr. Himbry. Sorry, who's Mr. Himbry? From Scream. Sydney's dad. No, that's Neil Prescott. Sorry, I don't know who Mr. Himbry is. Come on, you know, the Fonz. So you're the Fonz? No, I'm Mr. Himbry. This could go on forever, I'm sorry.
I know.
I love Winkler. We'll talk about Winkler in a moment. There were other movies that did it little bits before, but this is the first out and out horror film where they know about horror films. It's still fresh, it's still exciting, it's still perfect to this day. I cannot even imagine what it was like in 1996. Because now every single fucking thing is meta and every single thing is fourth wall breaking to such a detriment, I think, nowadays. I think everything is so winking that we lack sincerity so much. And this film, as much as they know things and they say things, it is still an out and out great horror film. I talked about this in my article, is that you are setting yourself up for such a disaster if this film isn't perfect. The minute you say in your first 10 minutes, the minute you remind us of Halloween, the minute later in the film, you just play Halloween.
I know.
You are like, yeah, come on. Yeah, we know how good Halloween is. Yeah, but we've got the goods. We've got the goods. You need to immediately give us one of the best extended horror sequences of all time, which they of course do, with Drew Barrymore as Casey Becker. Let's just start there. Let's cut the bullshit. Let's talk about Casey. Let's talk about Drew. So obviously very well known. She was considered for the role of Sydney, scheduling sort of things and all that sort of thing. She said, no, I want to play this role. They're aping the Psycho formula of killing the character off in 35 minutes in. However,
yeah, the most famous name in the first 10 minutes.
She was all over the posters. She was in the trailers.
And then they kill her.
And then they kill her, and it's brilliant. I don't think it really can be underestimated. If I was doing my Thomas Carruthers Awards 2022 of 1996, I would have undoubtedly given my best supporting actress to Drew Barrymore.
I think that the voice.
Yes, let's talk about this.
Good.
Roger Jackson is as much an MVP, maybe not as much as. No, I'm going to say it. Roger Jackson is as much an MVP in this first scene as Drew Barrymore and in the whole series as Sidney Galen Dewey. I love. So originally he was just supposed to be the placeholder, and they were going to get an even scarier voice or maybe perhaps a more famous voice or something else. But then they were like, oh no, this guy's absolutely perfect. And the way he describes it is he wanted it to be kind of sexy, but dark and could change on a dime. Oh, I literally the delivery that I have in my head the whole time. I liked that movie. It was scary. I just thought the inflections are perfect.
I know.
Popcorn.
You're making popcorn? Yeah. And Drew hadn't heard the voice before they shot the scene.
Wonderful stuff.
I think, and then just the pace and the intensity. It does build. It has a build, but once you enter that, when she runs to the door, locks it, and then it's just in that intensity for the next until the end of the scene.
But again, so ballsy. Again, you're setting yourself up for failure because half of the movies in the world are not going to be able to top this scene. And yet it does. Well, maybe it doesn't top it, but the final 40, I say the final 40 minutes do top it. But that's just the nature of the film and the climax and the building and all that sort of thing, and the tension and the performances and the writing, blah, 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 blah. But you are setting yourself up for a fall. If you're going to do something this incredible, it's like Psycho. Psycho never really gets, I like the rest of Psycho, but it never really gets as good as the shower scene or the first half hour. Or the first Michael. Still got Halloween on the brain. But the first, we all go a little mad sometimes, which of course we will talk about soon with your boy.
My fave, my heart.
Other 10-minute stretches. Sydney's first attack. It's insulting. Another delivery that I have in my head at all times. Billy's fake out. Which follows Sydney's first attack, but the fake out of Billy and heading to the police station. Oh my God, heading to the police station after that. It wasn't me. Do you think it's a good performance? Or are you just incredibly attracted to Skeet Ulrich doing Johnny Depp, another one of your big crushes? Okay, I'm going to change my question. Do you think it's a knowing performance? Because he is obviously doing the Johnny Depp 80s thing.
Yes.
And it's intentional in the script and it's intentional in Craven's direction.
But Billy has to be that. Billy has to be that. He can't be any other archetype, whether it's nice guy, chummy friend, that's Randy, or whether it's, goofball Stu. Like, he has to be the sexy, because with that comes the danger. And when it's like, oh, it looks like you pegged the wrong guy or whatever, you have to doubt that, which yes, it's been a very long time since I first watched it, so yes, I'm always watching it, and but any darkness within him, that first time you watch it, you do not know. You have to make a bet whether that's just part of him, that's part of his sex appeal as her boyfriend, or whether that's actually like a fucking massive red flag because he is a psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Yeah.
So, and you find out that that's the truth, but that's for me, you have to have that darkness, which for me, I just find sexy. But yeah, yes, but then, when I think back to Johnny, Johnny, but oddly, who was in Nightmare on Elm Street, Not Before Christmas. But he was not, because that was his first major film, other than, being on 21 Jump Street. And when I watched that, he was not that brooding, sexy, pouty, early 90s Johnny Depp. He was still innocent teenage, and he was kind of he wasn't simple, but he was, he didn't have that much screen time. And obviously, so even though Johnny Depp being 80s heartthrob Johnny Depp in a horror movie as eye candy was not, I think that Skeet's Billy is more developed than that. But yes, of course, you look at him and you're like, oh, Johnny Depp.
So do I. I think it's quite a conniving performance that, once we know the truth, colours every scene quite differently. Like, what's his end game? He wants to take Sydney's virginity as one final fuck you. Is that why he's so desperate for that sex, or is it just another element? Does he see does he see another element of his game in that? Because it is a huge focus for him when technically he should be more focused on killing and all that sort of thing. It's insulting. I know I've said that so many times already. Jesus, my name's not Jesus. Very funny.
That's great. Yes, I do love you know, move your fat tub of lard ass.
Also,
That's just-
very well known that Connie wanted to play, as she sort of said, more of a bitch role. You know, she wanted Friends is still going at this time,
yeah.
and she wanted to, you know, obviously break out and show range, and she does. I would say that Monica has moments of being a bit Gale-like, as a matter of fact. Which friend are you? Don't be insulted that I asked. Just answer the question.
I'm a mix.
Phoebe's mother of Terry Carr. Who am I? And don't you dare. No, I am Chandler, and just admit it. Just admit it. It's fine. You can admit it.
I'm going the dreaded one.
Oh, this is unbelievable. You can't even. Oh,
no, no. Okay,
you don't believe this, surely. Surely not.
I think you are half and half.
Of, please say Chandler and Ross. No, Chandler and Joey.
Yes, Ross. I am half and half. Well, no, I'd say 60-40 Monica and Rachel.
Yeah, definitely. 70-30. What did Mum tell you? When I wear this badge, I'm a man of the law. It kind of feels
I do love, you know, yes, Doofus. I do like, you know, the janitor is your superior.
I think it can be underestimated how much I love Galen Dewey. And obviously, I think that's another reason I love Scream 2, because we get that more of that romance. And
do you want to know my really specific favorite part of the film?
Oh, I think is it. I have two. Go on.
No, what? Two that you think are mine?
I'll set you up. Is that what you're looking for?
No.
Oh, okay. I have that one my whole life. Oh, but I also, is it another one of my favorite moments?
No, it won't be one of yours.
Okay, what's yours then?
The making out to "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Oh, I know this. Yes, yes, you have told me this so many goddamn times.
But like, yes, I love, you know, more cowbell. Yes.
I was going to say, how on earth could you get even remotely aroused without thinking of Will Ferrell? Ding, 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 ding.
Because I did not take that, because it's obviously, it's a very obvious cover of "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Yeah.
But it's just so subtle, and then
it
obviously
removes the cowbell.
You know he's the Reaper, and oh my god, it's mwah. Come on.
Nothing annoys me more in this fucking world.
That's the Peaky Blinders song.
Nothing drives me more mad. It really annoys me. Scream owns Red Right Hand. It deeply annoys me. Scream 2, Scream 3. It becomes the soundtrack for the series. And fucking Peaky Blinders. I play it at the Alma. I play it at my pub. And people immediately, oh yeah, Tommy Shelby. People, how annoyed do it is my most annoying. It is my genuinely my biggest point of annoyance in the world. Is that well, no, world hunger is bad, but like
what?
I said world hunger's bad, but this is also annoying. But you are like a goddamn love triangle because you also love Peaky Blinders. And you've been very aloof with me when I bring this up to you. I don't think you've ever given me a direct answer.
Am I ever anything less?
You're going to give me a direct answer right now on this podcast series. What is your favorite? Is Peaky Blinders? Who owns Red Right Hand? Is it the Scream series?
I think it was taken from Scream.
That is, I want to die. I hate. It's just.
I'm not saying it's rightfully done, but I think, Tom, you need to face reality, and that the vast majority of people who know that song know it from Peaky Blinders.
No, I know. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I'm not delusional.
Not saying that's right. Because don't forget, Red Right Hand is just that one scene in Scream 1.
And Scream 2. And Scream. This is why you have this opinion. And it also has an incredible needle drop in Scream 2022. Oh.
Okay, don't spoil it.
I'm not going to, but it has another great needle drop, like with another cued to the bell. Okay. I'm sorry. I will die on this hill for the rest of my life. I get so annoying when people say it, and I go, oh, sorry. When did I forget? When did Peaky Blinders start? Like 2011, and then I go, when did that first Scream movie come out? I get so annoying when people call me an annoying movie person. They don't. It's not true. It is when I talk about Red Right Hand in Scream. All I remember, right, Tarantino on the Pulp Fiction CD has an interview where he talks about being annoyed that Be My Baby used Dirty Dancing. Other way around. The Dirty Dancing used Be My Baby. And he's like, no, man, because when I hear Be My Baby, I'm thinking of Harvey Keitel in Mean Streets. That's the opening. That's what I hear. That's what I see. But then Dirty Dancing takes it. And certain songs, a movie, you own that song. You own that song. That's how I feel about Red Right Hand. Have you listened to the Arctic Monkeys? Oh, do you like the Arctic Monkeys, Ava?
Yeah.
Have you listened to the Arctic Monkeys cover of Red Right Hand?
No.
It's not really, I mean, it is a cover, obviously, but they don't change it at all, but it's good, it's good. Supersonic rock and roll riding around the streets of Sheffield in the rain, wanna go for a ride on my jet. It's a good impression, isn't it? I can't tell if you're frozen or it's just your demeanor. What's frozen, your screen or your demeanor? That's good. That's a good line. What's next? Best line. You start us off.
Fucking hit me with the phone.
No, Sid. Now don't blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Yeah.
What else?
Well,
big no. Big no.
Yes. My name isn't Jesus.
I love my name. It's because it's so weirdly delivered. Not weirdly delivered, but perfectly delivered. I love. We all go a little mad sometimes, which I can only guess is where you find him even sexier. Everybody's a suspect. If they'd watch Prom Night, they would be fine. There is a formula to it. A very simple formula. Cheerleader in the bathroom. Here's some real dialogue. The girl has some serious issues.
I know.
Maybe she had the hots for Steve and killed them both in a jealous rage. Maybe she's a
Why
slut.
would she go for Steve? She's got her own bubble butt boyfriend, Billy. Maybe she's a slut, just like her mother.
Cut some slack. She watched her mum get butchered, and it fucked her up royally. Think about it. Her mother's death leaves her disturbed and hostile in a cruel and inhumane world. She's delusional. Where's God, etc. Completely suicidal. One day I can't even read. One day she snaps. She wants to kill herself, but she realized teen suicide is out this year.
Homicide is a much healthier therapeutic
technique. Oh, wonderful. She deserves. Sorry, I take it back. Drew doesn't get my Best Supporting Actress nomination. She does. Woman in the bathroom. Woman in the bathroom. Where are we next? What's the change? Do you have any?
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course. I've
Okay,
got
I've
quite
got
a few,
two.
actually. Okay.
I think they should have stuck to their original plan and called it a scary movie.
Me too. High five.
Wait, do it now.
Ah.
Um,
Yeah, no, absolutely agree.
yes. But obviously they lost that right when Scary Movie wanted to parody it. So yeah. This is my thing. And yes, has my opinion of Dewey been coloured by Doofy? Yes. But after watching Scary Movie, I think that Dewey as the killer makes sense, and it is everything you see. It's not just, you know, the route they decided to go with Scary Movie. Watching it, the way he is with Sid, yes, they play it up in Scary Movie with him being like, bye Sid, but when it's true, when she gets that second phone call when she's at the house, she's banging on his door, the mum is like, Dewey, come help. Literally the second he hangs up, he comes out the bedroom, all like, he could have literally made that call. The fact that he is younger, he's with Sid all the time, and yes, they play up the creepiness of like, okay, don't go too far, he's at the house. I think when you go back and watch Scream, they haven't yes, they've played it up, but they haven't fabricated everything. It is completely viable for him to be the killer. When he's at the house and he holds the mask and he's like, ah, I found this. Like, it makes complete sense. I'm not saying it would have been better or more satisfactory as opposed to Dewey rather than Stu and Billy, but I think it makes complete sense. So that's my question. Should Dewey have been the killer? And you're going to say no.
I'm going to say no because I love Dewey, and
yeah, exactly.
He grows to be a sort of, like, I think there was a lot of flirtation when Scream 22 came out. This isn't really a spoiler, but Sidney, Gale, and Dewey aren't the killer in Scream 2022.
Okay.
And I think that was your first question to me, wasn't it? It was like, is Dewey the killer? You've been rooting for this for every sequel
like,
ever. Yeah. But I think they have become a shining goodness and a shining core. And in the rest of this manic world, they are the good and they are the core. And I agree with you. If this was the ending of this first film, and it is like, that's the joke at the end of Scary Movie, is that that it becomes Usual Suspects, doesn't it? And it would the whole time, and he stops limping and he takes off his jacket and he puts on the Kevin Spacey outfit, which I can only guess is another arousing moment for you, because that fits your type. No, Doofy as Kevin Spacey fits your type. You can admit it, even though it's the weird. Imagine a dinner party conversation. Who's your hall pass? Channing Tatum, Ryan Gosling. Did you ever watch Scary Movie? Yeah, I think so. You know when Doofy dresses as Kevin Spacey from The Usual Suspects? Oh my God. Be still my heart, Doofy.
Oh my God, man.
No, I agree with you. It would have been a good twist for this first film. However, we are so past that.
Exactly. The lineage would not have existed if that was the route they'd gone.
I think.
Just the question of what is the best kill, which I'm sure you were going to ask.
Got to be Casey.
I think it gets points because I think it was definitely Watch Mojo, and maybe it wasn't just Scream, it was, inventive horror kills, and one of them was Tatum, surprisingly, in the garage, because
we've not even talked about that at all, have we?
No, because she puts up a fight and
she puts up a fight, but then also
no.
So
that
obvious.
is fucking dumb. It's dumb as hell. If she climbed through that thing, that garage door would not be able to lift her weight. It would not. So it's completely false.
For me, the problem is that her hand, she's so clearly had to wrap her arm. She's only put one arm through, hasn't she? And she's like, her other arm is like banging. It's like so obvious that she's been positioned.
And so like obviously, so first of all, it wouldn't even exist because the garage door wouldn't lift her. But even if it did, then all you do, you just pop yourself out and then fucking run away, because he's just stood there at the door with the lever like, So that, I think that's a that is a bad kill. It detracts from the it's inventive, and she puts up a fight, which is good, but it's just completely dumbfounded.
That's another thing when it comes to like Scream as a franchise, and I think it also is Halloween as well, is that I always say that like Nightmare's probably the best franchise because it could be, you've got endless possibilities with Freddy Krueger, whereas Scream and Halloween, you've just got knives, really. I mean, Stu is still the only villain, spoilers, is still the only villain in all 5 movies. Oh no, that's a lie. Scream 4 has, any final words? Clear. Anyway, don't want to ruin that. Anyway, a few fun facts. Again, this is one of those movies where everything's sort of been reported and all that sort of thing. The party scene near the end runs for 42 minutes. It's shot over the course of 21 days, the time the sun set to the time it rose. After it wrapped, the crew had t-shirts made that read, "I survived scene 118, which was the name of the scene during shooting. The cast and crew jokingly called it the longest night in horror history. Neither Nev Campbell or Drew Barrymore met Roger Jackson. The high school scenes were to be shot at Santa Rosa High School in California. However, very close to the shooting date, the school board read the script and denied the film to be shot there due to the violent nature, as they had been under the impression the film was a comedy, and production was moved to Healdsburg, California. As payback, director Wes Craven put in the end credits under the special thanks, "No thanks whatsoever to the Santa Rosa City School District Governing Board." I love Wes Craven as just a bitchy guy. Matthew Lillard was cast after accompanying his then girlfriend to a casting call. Casting director Lisa Beach saw Lillard in the hallway and asked him to audition for the part. He got into the role with incredible ferocity. Courtney Crocs, we talked about this. She wanted to quote unquote play a bitch. The film was released 5 days before Christmas. The studio did this because during the holiday season, they wanted to do some like counter marketing. And to begin with, it opened at number 4 with 6.4 million, which led the studio to believe the movie had flopped. And then week by week, it built and built and built and built and built. This was a real word of mouth thing. So basically, when he sold the script for Scream, Kevin Williamson also attached a 5-page treatment for Scream 2, an ingenious little deal that obviously is all we do nowadays. You don't make a movie, you haul yourself out. Anyway, are you ready for this one? I don't know whether this is going to blow your mind or not. Being a favorite of screenwriter Kevin Williamson, Molly Ringwald was offered the role of Sidney Prescott.
Ooh.
But turned it down, saying she'd rather not be playing a high school student at the age of 27. For me, that doesn't work at all.
No.
Yeah, definitely not. This is kind of what you were talking about with the breaking it down. Some people have broken it down. So Maureen Prescott, both Billy and Stu killer. Stephen Orth, Stu killed him as he was hiding in the backyard while Billy was out front, calling Casey and harassing her. Casey, the fact that Casey recognized Stu upon unmasking him, and it's later confirmed that Stu and Casey used to date, confirms it was him who killed her. Arthur him. Yeah, I don't know about this.
See, they broke it down, and even though they think Stu does most of the killing, apparently they said that Billy is the one that stabbed Casey because of their stabbing style. So when it's Sydney's first attack in the house, you know, when he's on top of her and he like presses her cheek with the knife. Oh no, so apparently Stu does the 2-hand above the head and Billy just does 1. And they validate that. But obviously there is no way of knowing.
Yeah, I don't know why. Right. In all the years of interviews since, if Kevin Williamson penciled out who killed who, then we'd know by now. We would definitely know by now, which leads me to believe that Kevin Williamson didn't do that.
No, I agree.
I wonder, like, when people write new Halloween scripts, new Scream scripts, like whether they do pencil out who killed who. I guess the bigger the cast, you have to kind of figure it out, or else people will call bullshit.
Yeah.
But who knows? Next up, so we don't need to break that down really, because you know, everybody has different opinions. Tagline rundown. Someone is playing a deadly game. Someone who has seen too many scary movies. Yeah, fine. Name the killer. December the 20th.
That's inventive.
Yeah. He's taken his love of fear one step too far.
No.
No. Solving this mystery is going to be murder.
No.
No. Don't answer the phone. Don't open the door. Don't try to escape.
Yes. That's what's on my special edition.
But also, don't try to escape. That's bad advice. Do try to escape.
No, but that's the whole thing. Like you trying to escape is part of their plan.
Samuels calls fate the distinction between two people. Someone has taken their love of scary movies one step too far. Solving this mystery is going to be murder, because that's the combination of two. Make your last breath count.
No.
From the first name in suspense comes the last word in fear.
No.
Weirdly phrased thing. Now someone is victim and someone is a suspect. Yeah,
No.
bad again. Don't answer the door. Yeah. Don't answer the phone. Don't leave the house. But most of all, don't scream.
No.
Yeah.
That's just clutching at straws.
Yeah. Will do. Oh my God. Nothing got me more excited for Scream 2022 than that poster with the killer is on this poster. That is the most ingenious piece of marketing I've seen in a very, very, very long time. A few, Tom's big question. Here's a couple. I've put here, is Randy a fun character? We've already litigated that. Right, can we talk about this? Oh, I've put here bathroom Ghostface and bathroom bitches. We've already talked about the bathroom bitches.
Yeah.
Bathroom Ghostface, what's happening there? Is that just another prank?
It's a prank.
It's another prank, yeah. We've litigated this when we watched it on Zoom. A big party is actually a really good idea.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No. Because in how it should have ended, you know, the cartoon.
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
It was like cut to some random teenager at home eating dinner that night. He's like, Mom, there's a party tonight. She's like, no, stupid child. There's a killer on the loose. We're not going to let you go to a house with no adults, unaccompanied, unsupervised. Like, duh.
No, if everybody is in one room,
no,
nobody's going to die.
That's what your private houses are for, with your parents. Not some random country house out in the middle of nowhere.
A killer can't kill 30 people in one room.
Cut to
okay. Many dark examples. Michael with the chainsaw.
You
Michael.
have to cut to that in the editing.
I'm not going to cut to that. But the don't give me those eyes. Everybody, don't give me those eyes. Everybody watched that Halloween Kills trailer for a year and a half. We all know what happens. Can we talk about this? Gail was completely right about Cotter the entire time. Sydney, I know she's traumatized. Sydney is a bad. Sydney nearly put a man to death who just wanted to get his rocks off with some randy mother. Sydney nearly killed a man. Gail is a really good journalist.
Okay.
You do agree with me on this, surely?
No, I do, of course. So I agree that Gail is a good journalist, but also I'm not entirely blaming Sydney, because it was made so, it was all Billy and Stu's plan. They made it so that she saw that coat, and it was not as if she was like, yeah, might be him. Like, it was there that she was led to believe that it was him. And when you're that traumatized, she couldn't fathom anything else.
Of course.
And they framed him so perfectly.
It was easy enough to frame Carton.
Tell that to Carton Weary.
I love you've not watched Scream 3. In Scream 3 he has a talk show and it's called 100% Cotton. It's really good. It's really good. I don't know, but it's going to make one hell of a movie. I love Scream 2. Watching Scream, I immediately was like, oh, I just want to watch Scream 2. Sorry,
Okay.
Ava.
What
This
else
it.
is there, or is that it?
That's it. Don't be like that. That's
I'm
it.
hungry, and I can't talk about Scream 2 anymore.
I know. Any final thoughts on Scream? It's a perfect film, and I really, even though that it was just planned like this because of scheduling, Halloween into Scream is a perfect double bill.
And I think Scream is a perfect subversion of the norms and cliches and archetypes of that certain genre, and it is just a wonderful subversion, reinvention of it. And at that time, that is the refreshment that that genre needed, and it sustained it for the next good decade.
Indeed. And then obviously, just like there were 10 years of terrible slashers by the end of the 80s, there was so many terrible, oh my God, this is just like, winking and nudging and all that bullshit. It happens every time with watershed movies. Silence of the Lambs is a perfect film. You've got 10 years of terrible 90s serial killer thrillers. It happens. Ava, it was a pleasure. I don't know when you'll be back, but you'll be back undoubtedly at some point in the future. It's been a pleasure. Happy Halloween! I said my favorite Halloween quote to end Halloween. You say your favorite Scream quote to end Scream.
Just fucking hit me with the phone!
Dabba 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 da da ba 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 ba